of entitylessness. So I don't know how this copies. I just share. Here is better. Can you see?
Yes, very well, Kempo.
Okay. So then see, this is for the new meditator when come into the shamatha, Vipassana meditation. Just let your awareness rest naturally in this state. Relax your awareness there. In this clarity of awareness where there is no object of meditation, no point of reference, with nothing to attach onto us, unborn, nothing to suppress, nothing to do. So there's a shamatha, so we don't have any the point of reference. Vipassana, we use the object of support for object or regular object, physical object, also focus with the breath. Then with nothing to attach onto us unborn, everything's emptiness, nothing to attach. External phenomena is emptiness. Internal, our self also emptiness. So that's why mind not attached to anything. Nothing to suppress, nothing to do. Nothing to lead onto us, either empty or not empty. So when we meditate, we don't have to think about it is empty. We don't need to say think is not emptiness. So that's why either empty or not empty. Just rest your mind. So that's the for beginner, new to meditation teachers, just rest their mind. Then second, once you have gotten a little more adopt at this practice, so then you meditate more and used to. We are used to. Once you have gotten a little more adopt at this practice, then whatever arises and whatever appears, you will only need to look directly into it. So the first one, the new beginner meditator, and this one is slightly different. The beginner one, we don't need to look, whatever appears, we don't have to look to that. We just look to mind and resting. Whatever arises, let arise, but directly go looking into the mind. So in this one, whatever arises and whatever appears, you will only need to look directly into it. It means we have to look to, whatever appear, like can be appear thoughts, can be arise emotion, can be arise the appearances. The whatever arise, we have to look directly into it. You will not need to put any special effort into resting your mind beyond this. So whatever arise, we just have to look to that. That also empty, because when thoughts arise, you see the thoughts, look to thought also emptiness. And emotion arise, if we recognize emotion, look into the emotion also it is emptiness. We don't have to do any other than that. So that's why you will not need to put any special effort. So we don't have to try to stop the thoughts. We don't have to find a solution for something for our emotion, looking something for, contract or like antidote. Then mind is just resting your mind beyond this. When you gain greater accomplishment in this practice, so that's when we are become a little bit used to meditator, and then thoughts, emotion arise. You just recognize low thoughts, emotion. Thoughts, emotion also it itself is emptiness. So the reason is because we are used to meditator. Then we know thoughts, emotion arise. We have ability to look through that, and then look to thoughts, emotion also emptiness, and then mind go back to a resting nature states. So the third one, when you gain greater means like really good meditator, accomplishment in this practice, you will be free of any grasping at a meditation. When we meditate, the mind is always present, clear, and clarity is with awareness always. Then here says you will be free of any grasping at meditation. No grasping, fixation, also meditation, or object on which to meditate. So this practitioner meditators become great accomplishment. They're not fixation to also view. So like you think, oh, my meditation is great, and this practice is wonderful. So that's also okay during in the post meditation. But in the meditation, we cannot have also positive thinking. Of course, like negativity cannot have to think in the meditation. Even positive also cannot think, cannot grasping or thinking about a positive too. So the good meditators here mention about free of any grasping. It means like even positive, like good things, view, meditation also not attached to that, or object on which to meditate. And therefore, you will be free from any contrived or effort for meditation. So we were free from any contrived also, or effort for meditation means like the meditator become great accomplishment. They don't need to put effort. So the meditation becomes effortless. The person is just naturally go to meditation states. Very hard to come back to the conceptual and this ordinary percepts. The mind is naturally into meditation states. So that means like accomplishment meditation. So that is when we arrive at that state, then effortless. We don't have to put any effort. Meditation. The true essence, the ultimate meaning of all the myriad collections of Dharma teachings in existence is just this: original mind, unmodified. So in this one is the main point is the true essence, the ultimate meaning means like what we're sharing in this shamatha or dzogchen mahamudra. That practice teaching is called true ultimate meaning of all the myriad collections of Dharma teachings. So Buddha shares so many diversity teachings. The goal is we have to know ultimate meaning of true nature. So that's why Buddha have to share so many different levels of teaching. This teaching is not usually directly to sharing without steps. So we follow by shamatha meditation. That is a step by step come to in the this Vipassana meditation. So Vipassana meditation is the true essence, the ultimate meaning. And then when you meditate Vipassana or Dzogchen or Mahamudra, all the Dharma practices also subsumed already in that state. ordinary collection of Dharma teaching existing is just this. Just this is for original mind, unmodified. We have to know this original mind. We have to recognize this original mind unmodified. So the original mind is a pure mind, not delusion. It's called no-draw is original mind, unmodified. So Buddha sharing all the teachings is purpose or the goal is we have to recognize, reach to taking to the original mind unmodified. So another way we say, so no dualities. That's the reason Buddha sharing so many teachings. There is no higher practice than sustaining this. So long as we knowing our own nature, or we can say original mind, or another way we say true essence of the ultimate meaning. So long as we know that, and then the important is we have to maintain that practice. So long as we maintain that practice, then sustaining this, no any higher this teaching practice. So all the teachings practice is included in this section. So that's why also I think you know way of Bodhisattva, Buddha Shakya, the Shantideva share. So the way of Bodhisattva, all these chapters, like especially the other 5 parameter is reason is the causes is actually the wisdom. So wisdom chapter, the starting wisdom chapter, so all other like many the Shantideva talk about generosity, morality, participation, joyful effort, and meditation. So that different levels, parameters. This all the different parameters is reason is that is a cause. Result we have to know is the wisdom. So that's the also Shantideva mentioned about it very clearly in the way of Bodhisattva. So that's why all this other parameter is taking into the perfection of wisdom. So then, long as we maintaining our perfection of wisdom, then all the practice is included there. So that practice is then include everything, no higher any other than that. So that's why whatever arise, let it arise means thoughts, emotions, whatever arise during the meditation, let arise without grasping onto it. So let arise and recognize, no fixation, no grasping to it. The grasping at the duality of self and other is the root of samsara. So where is the samsara is come from. Samsara is come from the grasping at a duality of self, and other is the root of samsara. So that is the root of samsara. It in not be said that grasping at the negative side, like the three poison, the mental states of desire, aversion, and ignorance, is problematic. Of course, this negative emotion is problematic. As long as we attach to fixation, grasping to our anger, attachment, ignorance. So this is its negative side. It's we cannot attach to all this fixation to the negative side. And also, as this is clear, but even grasping at the positive side, we cannot attach to positive too. Not only negative, it cannot attach fixation to the positive side. So this one, is depending. When we are very beginner, we have to attach the fixation to positive side. We have to fixation to special the spiritual object, such as like statue, tanka, and many spiritual object we need. So we have to grasping to this positive side that helps, antidote to negative side. But in the meditation, so during also like we are going into the meditation, in the meditation, then we cannot, of course, no cautions, we cannot attach to negative, even we cannot attach to even positive too. Such as grasping to like views. So views like say, oh, I am Dzogchen practitioner, Mahamudra, like attached to view or tradition, like different lineages. So meditation and conduct. So then say, okay, my meditation is Mahamudra or Dzogchen, and my conduct is like pure, I have good conduct. Even that also attach, fixation, grasping. So that's why in the meditation we have to just let go positive and negative both. Becomes an epidemic to liberation. If positive is, of course, the temporarily, in the relative truly very important. If you fixation to that, that really helps take you to spiritual path. But in this case, we are not in the relative truth, in the absolute truth states. Within the absolute truth states, then we cannot attach to, during the meditation, we cannot attach to positive too. If long as you become attached to positive, become an epidemic to liberation, means obstacle. So we have to release all the fixations, grasping. Therefore, no matter what arises, do not grasp onto anything. Whatever arises, let arise, not grasp onto anything. So this is the spring path, means this is the practice. This is the how to do it. So know how to meditate it is. Relying on this method is beneficial in dispelling confusion. So, okay, relying on this method is like, here is like many method. We have to rely on this method. It's beneficial. What is the benefit is dispelling confusions. Whenever your mind wander is in distraction, such as when desire arises, pacify this distraction and quickly bring your mind back. Okay? So whenever your mind wanders in distraction, when we get distraction, can be distraction as thoughts, can be distraction as emotion. So such as when desire arises, like very strong desire, attachment arises our mind, then what do we have to do? Pacify, we have to pacify, release the desire. This distraction, and quickly bring your mind back. We have to recognize desire arise, right moment there, quickly bring mind back into true nature. So stay in the nature, then the desire is release itself. So thought is release itself. Whenever you notice mind to be unhappy, okay, so this one right now sharing is, this Vipassana actually not that hard to know what means Vipassana. Vipassana is looking our own nature, knowing this own nature Vipa. So then we have to maintaining that. So when we meditate, maintaining nature, mind, and ripa, then that time the hardest is the thoughts, emotion arise that we don't recognize, and the thoughts, emotion, take away from our nature. So thoughts, emotion take to the delusion states. So that's why the maintaining is the hardest. Meditate. So when we meditate, during the meditation, then of course thoughts, emotion arise. So whenever your mind wander in the distraction, when we recognize we have a distraction, thoughts, emotion, such as when desire arises, so pacify this distraction, and we have to quickly bring your mind bring back and go back to meditate. And so here the mention is like clearly, no try to stop the thoughts, emotions, no rejecting. So let arise. Just open the door. Even thoughts, emotion arise, let arise. But no holding there, So we have also another door to go out. Same thoughts, emotion arise, no desire, no fixation to that. As long as we in mind is no fixation, thoughts, emotion arise, thoughts, emotion release itself. So same is like thief go to empty house. Thief go to empty house, they comes in, then goes themselves go out. They don't going to stay in the empty house, no reason to stay there. So same, thoughts, emotion arise. Long as you don't desire to thoughts, emotions, then thoughts, emotion is just release itself. So if thoughts, emotion arise, we become mind is fixation to that, then that means same is like empty, not empty house. So house is fully, treasure object. The door is already open. Thief can come in, and then thief can stealing all this, treasure object. Same is like when we are meditating, thoughts, emotion arise. We fixation, grasping to that. Then the thoughts, emotion destroy our samadhi, and we are taken away from the samadhi meditation. Thoughts, emotion actually stealing our own nature. Nature means like we just take away from the nature states. So that's why most important is we have to recognize thoughts, emotion, just release itself. Then whenever you notice mind to be unhappy, sometimes when you meditate, your mind is not that pleasant. You feel unhappy. If you recognize that, seeing the quality of samadhi cultivate happiness. So then that time you have to think about it, like, not to stay in the resting mind, go back to intellectual way. So we have to cultivate, example, precious human body. So you cultivate precious human body, fear become, satisfy, or maybe bring the appreciation ourselves. So same, then we think about, we meditate samadhi, this Vipassana, and have minds not that happy, uh, sadness, something like not that pleasure, your mind is like not that happy, then that time also we have to cultivate this samadhi meditation power benefit. This samadhi meditation is only can help us take to Buddhahood, enlightened. So we have to think about this, samadhi meditation's quality, benefit. Samadhi meditation can release suffering, and samadhi meditations release our, negative karma, emotions. So release all the causes of suffering. We have to think all the cultivate good, positive thing. And also we can think like I mentioned about we have to cultivate the precious human body, other things too. Then when you start to get sleepy and you notice mind is sluggish and unclear, focus your attention on a happy, positive object as described above and. So then when we meditate, so sometimes like your mind is foggy, and also sluggish and unclear. The mind is like share very strong negative feeling or emotion or guilty or something, unhappy, like due to something, negative emotions, negative karma. So then, all like your mind is really slipping, no enthusiasm to practice meditate. So then that time, what we have to do is focus your intention on a happy positive object. What is a happy positive object? Happy positive object is Yadam deity's form body, Guru's form, and the spiritual special object. So we have to focus that. So same is like when we every single day we do Bodha Shakyamuni practice. So then we also the end of the Bodha Shakyamuni practice, Buddha's body, like that is, and the like that is heart arising from his heart and hit to our heart, multicolored different lights, hit our heart and release all our negative karma and increasing our the positive enlightening quality. So we have to think that. So that helps then this mind is sluggish and unclear, focus your so intention on a happy positive object as described above and pacify lethargy of mind, focusing extremely intensely on the meditation. So when we have a lethargy, then we have to tight up. So that's also already talked in the shamatha meditation. We have to tight up, stay very strong, physically tight up, mentally tight up. So focus extremely intensely on the meditation. Okay, so now time is finished, right?
Kempo, it's 8:30. So theoretically, we have a half an hour left.
Oh, we have half hour left.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are resting mind evenly and you push too hard or put in too much effort. Okay, so now we talked in this one says we have to focus extremely intensely on the meditation. That means that we have to put it very hard. If you are resting mind evenly means then the mind is become not sluggish, not foggy, not sleeping. Mind is just is already great. I mean, the correct already good. Then what we have to do if you are resting mind evenly, not too sleepy, not too much distractions, and then we cannot push too hard. And you push too hard or put in too much effort, that also will become a cause of mental distraction. So the point is our mind resting is evenly, not going too extremes. Too extremes, too much distraction. Same mind is a monkey mind, or another way is mind so foggy, sleepy, seems like kind of pig, and so that is too extreme. If we don't have that problem, then we cannot push too hard. Just need to relax, and resting. So that otherwise, like if we put too hard, also will become a cause of mental distraction. So this we have to recognize when we meditate ourselves, If you are sinking into lethargy and you do not push or apply effort, that will become a cause of sinking even deeper into lethargy. See, if we have lethargy, we have sleepy, foggy. In that time, if we don't push too hard and go more deeper and lethargy, and you will not have any vipassana, no clear mind. The mind is very foggy, so no awareness. That's the reason, when we have lethargy, we have to put effort. Your mind will become as if blind. Therefore, if your mind sinks into lethargy, apply effort. So our minds become blind, is foggy, sinking, and we have to put effort. If your mind is resting evenly, do not apply effort. Meditating or vipassana, your wisdom will become predominant. Our wisdom can be predominant. So when we meditate vipassana, the predominant means like wisdom is very strong, sharp, clear, very strong, but mind is shaking, not stable. So same is like butter lamp live in the wing. Outside somewhere like wing is coming, and then butter lamp is shaking. So similar, vipassana is strong, means like your mind is very sharp and clear, but it's not stable. So then that time what we need, and your shamatha practice may suffer like a butter lamp, or here is suffer like a butter lamp in the wind, falling free to distraction. So at this time, switch your focus to shamatha practice. So then that time we have to go back to, shamatha meditation. Because we knowing mind is like lost distraction, not stable, and even you recognize, your mind has the sharp awareness, but just, lost distracting, and also you have the, mind really shaking, not stable, then we have to go back to shamatha practice, meditate. So this is, we recognize when we meditate. If you just practice, put effort, and then, we are meditating, example vipassana, and then you recognize mind is shaking, mind naturally go to focus with some object. Then your mind is stable, the mind is stable, then you just take off from the object and rest in mind itself. So the shamatha vipassana we can do, go back and forth, then when your shamatha predominates, then meditation to cultivate wisdom. Then shamatha predominant means mind is resting with the object of breath is very easy. You can stay like easily like 10, 20, 30 minutes, very easy. And then not really seeing your own nature mind. So mind is yesterday, yesterday also today, when we starting teaching, we have to look directly into our own mind. So it's shamatha dominance. We're not looking onto our own mind. Just mind is resting with the object, stay there. So we recognize that, then you have to go back to Vipassana meditation. When you gain equal capacity at both, then, so we have to create the Shamatha Vipassana equal capacity. You will abide without fabrication in the bliss of body and mind. Then, mind is resting, mind is abide without any like fabrication. Conceptual thoughts, emotion no arise. In that bliss of body and mind, then you will receive mind's bliss, body also bliss. So you can feel your body also really relax, and energy is positive, very happy feeling. Body also very happy, and the mind also very happy. His mind also receive the bliss. If you do not experience the bliss of body and mind, then sometimes meditators, they don't receive the mind and the body bliss. If you don't get the experience, so at that point reflect that all the world realms are illusory, like a dream mirage. Okay, so here someone attach fixation like kind of a bliss. So we want to arise bliss when we meditate. Then if you have a like expectation to bliss, that also obstacle too. So when we meditate, the bliss is naturally arise. We cannot managing or something like organize correctly arise bliss. So all is nature works is nature, itself. We cannot control that. So our mind is anything arise like fixation or expectation for bliss, then naturally stop that bliss energy. So that's why we cannot fixation and expectation to the bliss when we meditate. Also, at this point, reflect that all the world are illusory, and then like a dream and mirage. So we have to cultivate and permanent meditate. If bliss is not arise, then your mind can be, if you attach to that, your mind can become unhappy feeling. So that time, then what we have to do, we have to think all this samsara, this all world realms are actually illusory, like a dream mirage, not truly inherently exist. Also bliss, also not truly inherently exist. Bliss also itself is illusory, and so we have to let go. Then also the point is another obstacle. Bliss is not arise, is not arising, during our meditation, not arising the love and the compassion for others. So due to that, the bliss also not arise. So that's why we have to see all this samsara beings suffering, and then have to cultivate the love and compassion too for all samsaric beings. And then that helps become, arise again, bliss. Think to yourself, all these sentient beings have not realized, performed, true, and so they remain totally afflicted by confusion in the samsara. So you cultivate this right now, what we're sharing here, this really helps. When we have something like fixation, this fixation is fixation at positive, because of we fixation to our view, meditation, and also bliss. If we have that problem, then we cultivate all the samsara, thing, recognize the suffering. Then we have to also think to look to ourselves. All these sentient beings have not realized it. So we have to know these sentient beings. No one has this Vipassana teaching. These beings, no knowing Vipassana meditation, no knowing true nature. No one introducing true nature. So perform true, and so they remain totally afflicted by confusion in samsara. We look to think to yourself means we think about ourselves. I have this, perform teaching. I have, I'm so lucky, I'm so fortunate because I have this so perform teaching. I can practice. I can free from samsara. But all these samsaric beings, these beings don't have this teaching. They don't have this teaching and practice. So they stay really long time in samsara. Without this teaching, they always remain, uh, totally afflicted by confusion in samsara. So we have to think this, cultivate. This is called wisdom thinking. So, with knowing the Vipassana meditation's power, quality, so we recognize we have that. So, using the wisdom other beings don't have. So then we have to generate love and compassion for others. So that helps then body bless, mind bless arise. In this is, practices, meditation is, we have to recognize we are meditators, the same as a swimmer. When we swim in the water, we are swimmer. And meditation is the same as a swim in the, ocean or in the pool. So when we have the water is the same as actually the wisdom. Okay, so wisdom means like mind is no fixation, no attached to anything. Then we have swimming pool or we have ocean there, and we can swim in there. So long as we have fixation, we have attachment, the swimming pool is become transformed to the ice and all the inside the rocks. So you jump there, you can hit your body, or you cannot jump into there because it's already physical solid form. You cannot swim in there. So same, when we meditate, like thoughts arise, mind is right moment there, fixation to that, then our meditator is like swimming pools become transformed to the solid form, not like soft water. So we cannot swim in there. Same, like then your meditations are stuck there, become. So the meditation, the swimming pool is a little bit different. The swimming pool, like ice blocks, take time to merge to the water. But meditation is not like that. It's like each moment, like very short moment, you can transform, change. Short moment, you can become, all the ice is merged to the water. Short moment is become, the water can be frozen like that. Mind is become moment, fixation, something. Same is like the pore is like right moment there is become ice. Your mind is no fixation to anything. You stay in the no draw, no concept. Then you are swimming in the beautiful pool, like no any there solid form, something like hit you. So that's the same. When we meditate, I think you can get the experience. Then the wisdom. When you nature samadhi is the same as water. The water, like all this ice is merged to the water. But water can be very cold, even no ice there, no warm, no soft. So that means like uh, same like, when we meditate, the mind can be stay in the natural states, but still can be like sometimes like no bliss there, and no positive like joy feeling could be not there. That reason is because no cultivate love and compassion. That's why the same is like water is become actually, of course, the ice is already melted to the water, but it's, still is cold. You can swim in there, but it's still not really pleasant if water is not soft and warm. So same, like we can meditate some of these states, but mind is not really feel blessed, and the body also not feel the energy positive. So that means we not enough cultivate the love and the compassion. So that's why in this right now here sharing this one really helps, think this way, arise compassion, love, compassion for others. So then not, ice is become water, the water also become more soft and warm. Same is like then your meditation is not only be in the samadhi, your meditation has a bliss and a joy. I hope you understand what I'm sharing, the example. I will do whatever I can to ensure they realize the true nature, see, dharmata. So this means like bodhicitta. I wanted to help, I wanted to liberate, do something for them, cultivating love, compassion, bodhicitta. They realize the true nature, dharmata. We wanted to recognize it then, true nature, dharmata. Thinking in this way give rise to great compassion and emptiness. See, then you think that, so there arise, compassion with emptiness. Emptiness is a compassion, compassion is emptiness. So emptiness is the same as water, water warm is the same as a compassion. So then warm and water is inseparable, not separate. Then you can swim very easy and enjoy in there. The water is not going to frozen again. So that's the same, long as arise compassion and with emptiness together, and then we are in the right path. So that's the reason in this shamatha, sort of Vipassana meditation. Last night I also share, the Shinta Rachita Kenji Shiwatsu. He asked in watching Kamala Shira, his student, the reason is Hashan, he didn't share this cultivate compassion during in the meditation. So he just said like mind, stay in that nothing thing, don't think anything, positive, negative, just stay there. So that means it can be positive, can be really good, can be really bad. Can be very good if someone knows all this Vipassana meditation, then that word is okay, nothing wrong. Just stay there, don't have to think anything positive and negative, it's okay. But someone really don't know how to meditate, the someone who don't have background, this shamatha, Vipassana instruction, and intellectual and all these instructions, then their words is become takes wrong direction. It's become negative, no positive. So that's why Shinda the professor Kamala Shila, he come to in Tibet, so he wrote the book Meditation States, meditation in this Vipassana section. So when I compose the stage of meditation, I take lots from that book, and that's why in this is come from the Kamala Shila. He mentioned all this very I think is like true and powerful. So thinking in this way rise into great compassion and emptiness. When we talk about emptiness, imbued with all the perfect qualities, what do we mean? So when we talk about emptiness, so emptiness is called, wisdom, perfection of wisdom. So same as the Heart Sutra. We talked the Heart Sutra is called perfection of wisdom. So perfection of wisdom has imbued with all perfect qualities. What do we mean? Is we mean emptiness inseparable with jnana. Then your mind is really into nature state, knowing true nature, empty, and then we have love, compassion in that, and then like your jnana also become very powerful. So that's why jnana and uh, inseparable, like say, perfection wisdom with generosity, perfection wisdom with ethical discipline, perfection wisdom inseparable with the patience, perfection wisdom diligence, perfection wisdom meditation. All this, and we all mean emptiness inseparable with wisdom. So all this, perfections inseparable with wisdom. If this perfect generosity and ethical discipline, patience, diligence, meditation, if this comes with wisdom, then it's become take to the enlightenment. So without wisdom, generosity is good practice. Take higher ranks, free from the hungry gods realm, take human beings realm, and get rich. But then also that is limited, become its resources can be also exhausted again. So that's why we need wisdom. All these practices not exhaust in the samsara. This practice have taken to with wisdom is taken to the enlightenment. In this way, the premortal wisdom of omniscience. So the supreme emptiness imbued with all the qualities is brought to full realization through the skillful means of generosity and so forth. 6 perfections. So all this, like perfections together, inseparable. Generosity has all these perfections, 36, called like generosity, patience, generosity, morality, generosity with joyful effort, generosity, meditation, generosity with wisdom. So each one has 6 and 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 packet is together. Unleashing wisdom is perfected through skillful means. It does not arise only from wisdom. See unleashing wisdom, Buddha's unleashing wisdom is perfected through skillful means. Skillful is all other, 5 parameter. Generosity to enter meditation is, skillful, also love, compassion. So it does not arise only from wisdom. Like omniscient wisdoms not only come from wisdom. Omniscient wisdoms come from is a skillful method too. So good swimmers not only come from cold water, right, and come from water is warm, soft, and then the swimmer can be do really good. Otherwise, also they can be frozen there. So that's why omniscient Buddha wisdom is arising from the skillful method and with wisdom together inseparably. So that's the very clear here. Okay, so that's the tonight teaching, and then next week we can finish to continue, and also I mentioned about yesterday, so we can have some the short instructions from Buddha he shared in the Sharavasiti. So we can share that in the next week. Thank you, everyone. Tashi Delay. So we have to do the thing.
Thank you, Kempola.
Did you want to do dedication, Kempo?
Lord Jante Loba Naroba Marba Malarepa Dharma Lord Gombo Pamutu Lord Gomba, please bestow upon us most auspicious bless our Kaju Lamas, by the virtue may I give and nations, by defeating all enemies, confuse you may all who travels on the waves of birth, order is a death across the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where it is humble made it rise, where it is humble made it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities suffer far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Majeshri the Vero realized ultimate state, and as did Samantha Bhatta, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of indivisible Sangha, order made Mary, I shall bear fruit. By the virtue quality and three times, by my seven or beings in samsara and nirvana, and be in the rule of virtue, may and all sentient beings quickly attain us past perfect precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Gompa Ranashiri, whose emanation, Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you, everyone. Tashi Delay. Sorry about it today. Little bit delayed, but it's good. You have time to meditate. Everyone okay?
Yes, it was wonderful. Thank you, organizers, Debbie, Michelle, Amanda, all organizers for the meditation. Thank you, Kipala. Cheche, tuteche. Gracias, abogado, arigato.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you, Kempola.
Gracias,
Thank
Kempo.
you.
Gracias, Sangha.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
So beautiful today.
Gracias.